So welcome to the 7.1, so that's section 7.1 from the book, lecture on percents. First thing we want you to do is go to the ebook in ALEKS, and I'll show you how to do that just quickly. If you go to the ebook, so this is what it looks like from the student's point of view. You click the three lines, you go down here where it says textbook, and you pick ebook. And mine's going to go right to 7.1 because I was already there. Yours may start in a different place. Actually, it's going to 7.3. You can back up here and that'll kind of scroll through sections, or you can select these lines. Pretty easy to navigate and find 7, and there's how you get to 7.1. So it's broken down by chapters. So we want to go to where 7.1 starts, and there's a couple things I want you to see. Back here on this page, the first page of that 7.1 lecture document. Go to the ebook, find the section 7.1, watch the video lecture on percents. So that's this lecture right here. That's a nice video overview of percents. There's some helpful problems there to see. Then go to the back of the book, as in the back of section 7.1. And try 26, 34, 53, and 67. So try those problems for practice, and to let you know what I'm talking about here. You scroll to the end, there's a lot of helpful information. Read the examples, other things you might find helpful. Along with each example, you will see a practice question. It's called Did You Get It? Called Try This One, and you can practice those problems after you look at the example. There's the answers. You can check those as you go. As you go further down, at the end of the lesson, you will see I'm scrolling fast, I apologize. There you go. There's the exercises, and the exercise, the first one I wanted you to try is question 26. And then there's a video for how to do question 26. So if you don't know that, you try it. You can try any of these other questions for practice as well. The answers are included, but the ones we've asked you to do have videos that go with them. So back to that document there. So those are the 4 questions that have videos that go with them. So we asked you to try those. And then complete this notes packet. So that's this document right here. You can print this off and try these problems. The answers are all available in the solutions document, and then the videos, I've done a lot of the problems in video, and that's what this video is. So that's where you can get some practice. So just quickly, I'm going to kind of hit through just a few of these. I'm not going to do every single question, but hit through a few of them. So first of all, just remember that percent literally means per 100. So if you know that percent means per 100, then that helps you know that 85% means 85 divided by 100. And that's why if we want to convert to a decimal, so if you have the percent form and convert to a decimal, oops, sorry about that, I dropped the pen, then you divide by 100 because that's what percent means. So if you want to do question 3 and you want to convert that to a decimal, that means divide by 100 or move the decimal point 2 places to the right. That's supposed to be 2 places to the left. That's a typo. 2 places to the left when you divide by 100. So that equals 0.0624, and drop the percent sign. So that should say left. I'll change it. Actually, I can change it right now. There we go. 2 places to the left, and remove the percent symbol. So there's how you do that one. going the other way, writing a number as a percent, that means multiply by 100 or move the decimal point 2 places to the right. And so 0.005, if you multiply that by 100 or move the decimal point 2 places to the right, that's just 0.5, but then you include the percent. If you have a fraction, you have to get that as a decimal. So using a calculator, or if you happen to know that 1 3/4 is 1.75, and then multiply by 100, so that's equal to 175%. And same thing if your percent is a fraction. So if I look at 45 3/8%, you have to convert that to 45.375%, and that just pull out a calculator and divide 3 by 8, and then convert that to a decimal by dividing by 100, so moving the decimal point 2 places to the left, 0.45375, and that's the decimal equivalent of that percent. So moving down here just a little bit, using this idea of a percent equation, when you say what is 20% of 120, well, what is like a variable. So if you use this percent equation here, A equals P times B, that means A is some percent of B. So what, that's the A, is 20%, so 0.20, we convert that percent to a decimal. Of means multiply, so 0.20 times 120. So that, we just pull out our calculator and take 0.20, and I don't have to write the 0 because 0.2 and 0.20 are the same, times 120. So 20% of 120 is 24. So A, in this case, is 24. So when you say what number is 20% of 120, the answer is 24. Similar questions, you can do any of those using that same process. So 8 is 2% of what number? So 8 is the A, is equals 2% is 0.02 of what number? So of B. And I meant to put 8 is the A, so that's an 8 right there. 8 is 2% of what number? So now to find B, we'd have to divide by 0.02 and divide by 0.02. So of the what number, so B is the what number? B is equal to 8 divided by 0.02. So 8 divided by 0.02. And so that's 400. So to go back and answer the question, 8 is 2% of what? 8 is 2% of 400. 37, similar, or question 9 is similar. I'll do question 10. What percent of 36 is 9? So now the question is, what is the percent? Is 9. So the 9 is the thing that's by itself. So 9 is what percent? So I'll put that as P times what? Percent of 36. So it's P times 36. And so now to get P by itself, we divide by 36 and divide by 36. So you get that 9 over 36. And hopefully we recognize that. I'll show you on the calculator anyway, that 9 divided by 36 is 1/4. So that's 0.25. So that means the P is 0.25, but again, that's the decimal form. So what percent? We can now convert that percent, or that decimal, to a percent. So it's 25%. So to convert a decimal to a percent, don't forget we multiply by 100 or move the decimal point 2 places to the right. A lot of these are fairly similar. I'll look at question 12 just to kind of mix it up here just a little bit. Important thing going on right here in this box. That's important. There's a shortcut that's happening, and we do this all the time. If you take 15% off and you want to know the cost of the TV, so whether it was 15% off or whether it was a 15% tax, or in other words, it's 15% more than that. The point is, you read it carefully to say, we have a television that's priced at $650, and we want to know the new price, the new cost, after you've taken off 15%. So one way to do it would be figure out 15% of 650, so that's 0.15 times 650. And this is the amount off. That's one way to do this. So I'd have to figure that out, and then I'd have to subtract 650 minus the amount off. I don't really want to do it that way. Now, the reason I don't want to do it that way is I'm not asked for how much did I save. I'm not asked for what's the amount off. I just want to know what's the new price. So the shortcut way to do this is to say, if it's 15% off, that means then you think about 100% minus 15%. That means you have 85%. So the new price is 85% of the original price. So in other words, you could take 650 and just figure out 85% of that. So that's 650 times 0.85. That's the decimal form of that percent. And if you take 650 times 0.85, 650 times 0.85, that gets you 552.50. So 552.50, that is the new price. So that price represents 15% off of this price. So again, just to recap, if you were asked for how much did you save, in other words, how much was the discount, that's how much you saved. And then you take 650 and subtract that number, whatever that is. And if you do that, 650 minus the amount off, you're going to get 552.50. What this business up here, and the way we did it, what this amounts to, if you just figure out 85% of 650, that jumps you straight to the final price, as opposed to figuring out the discount and subtracting. So as you look at any of these, and I won't do the answer, but just to make a point, sales tax is 6%, saxophone is $800. How much tax is paid? What is the total cost? So tax, to know the tax, that is 6%, so 0.06, 6% of 800. So that's the tax. The total price, you could figure out this tax and add it to 800, or you could just do this. Total price would be 1.06 times 800. And that's again, getting that percent built in to give the overall price in one step as opposed to two. And where that 1.06 came from is you had 100% plus 6 more percent, so that's 106% as a decimal. So as you work on these, just try to practice doing that, what I call the two-step method or the one-step method. And there's one more idea in here that we'll practice. percent increase or decrease. The way you find percent increase or decrease is you get the amount of the decrease or the amount of the increase, so either one, and then divide by the original amount. And then, so when you do that division, you'll get a decimal, and then you change that decimal to a percent, and then that tells you the percent increase or decrease. So just as an example, we'll do question 15. Saxophone normally sells for $740. It's on sale for $466.20. Find the percent decrease. So if it was this and it sold for this, then it's definitely a decrease. So now we just want to know how much of a decrease. So in terms of a percent decrease. So we will subtract. We'll go 740 minus 466.20. We'll figure out the amount of the decrease. So 720 minus 466.20, and that's 253.80. Ooh, I hit enter twice, I didn't mean to. $253.80. So that's $253.80. One thing that I encourage students to do is to write down words to describe what you just calculated. So in other words, that's the amount, that's an M, amount of decrease. So that you know what you calculated. So the decrease is this. That's how much was off of the price. So to find a percent decrease, it's the amount of decrease divided by the original amount. So we want to take 253.80 and divide by the original amount, 740, and figure out what that is as a decimal, and then convert that decimal to a percent. So we're going to get 253.80, which we already have. So I can just hit divided by, because that takes my previous answer, divided by 720. And that's 0.3525. So I'm going to write that down. 0.3525, but then I want to convert that decimal to a percent. So remember, that's just multiply by 100. So it's 35.25%. So there's the percent decrease from the regular price. So work on those other questions. You'll have the whole key. I'll show you that document just so you see it. This will be posted, so that's got every single value, every single problem worked out, and you're encouraged to work through those, check your answers, and post any questions you have to Teams if you need more help.